at that time, after we win Arema, we were celebrating like we were already champions. And then in the same time, after we cooled down a little bit in hotel, we know that Persipura is one of the most difficult opponent for us and for all other Indonesian team, because at that years Persipura was really strong with the players what they have in their squad. But we believed, and I think we should finish the game more earlier than penalties. Even we were one time we were losing in the first half.
Yes.
We missed so many opportunities, but on the end we did it on penalty. And maybe 2-3 minutes before that I got a red card. I was watching penalty from the window. Almost die, you know.
Halo Sobat Sporty, come back again in the podcast, the best podcast in world, in Indonesia. Behind sky on the Mother Pertiwi.
Di bawah langit Ibu Pertiwi. Oke, gua yang translate lu bahasa Inggris terus.
Better, we are better than
kita
DPI.
Lebih baik daripada DPI.
We are better than Pandit Football.
Kita lebih baik daripada Pandit
Football. We are
Football.
better than PSSI.
Kita lebih baik daripada PSSI.
We are better than Just Talk.
Kita lebih baik daripada Just Talk.
We are better than FIFA Goal.
Kita lebih baik dari FIFA Goal.
Fantasista Ainur Rahman writing.
Tulisan-tulisan Ainur Rahman.
And writing from Andres Marbun.
Tulisan-tulisan dari Andreas Marbun.
Iya.
Oke.
We are better than.
Kita lebih baik daripada mereka.
We are better than football. Tata kelola apa? Tata kelola. Organize. Football organized in Indonesia. We are better than it.
Oke. Bagus juga loh.
Bagus.
Kita juga mau mengucapkan makasih banget buat Pemain, produk spesial yang buat kita sadar tentang pentingnya pakai celana dalam yang nggak bikin gerah. Penasaran kan? Nah, nanti Pemain juga akan bagi-bagi hadiah di tengah video. Jadi stay tune terus. Oke.
Yoi, thank you Pemain.
So, kita kedatangan siapa? Who come here? Who come to the best podcast?
Best defender.
Best defender.
Defender in Indonesia. Era 2000 berapa ya? 13 ya?
2013.
Iya ya.
Yes.
2013 a long time and long life.
Champions in Indonesia.
Champions in Indonesia with Persib.
With Persib Bandung.
With Persib Bandung and now
beating Persipura.
Yes. Beating Persipura.
Yes.
Penalti adu.
Penalti kick.
Penalti kick. Okay. Please
welcome the one and only Vladimir Vujovic.
Thank you Vladimir. You come in the best podcast in Indonesia.
Thank you for inviting me. So after this announce, I finish. You know, you already say everything.
Before
we talk,
we question we give a question for you. We mau mengakui
apa?
Mau
bilang apa?
Mau mengakui bahwa bahasa Inggris kita buruk.
We would like to say sorry if our English is bad.
Yes, bad English. Bad English. When I see bukan.
I don't know who have more bad language, you English or me Bahasa. You know?
But you know can speak Bahasa?
Yeah. Kalau kita bisa lanjut di Bahasa, kita sampai besok mungkin.
But Konate can do Bahasa.
Yeah, Konate is Konate.
Konate
cannot speak his own language.
Iya benar juga.
Vladimir, you from Serbia?
Montenegro.
Yeah. Oh, terpisah ya sekarang ya. Apa?
But Serbia and Montenegro it's like together, you know. We are separate, but it's same people.
Same people ya. Montenegro, Vucinic.
Yeah, Vucinic, Jovetic.
Iya, Jovetic. Vlahovic Serbia.
Vlahovic Serbia.
Stefan Savic from Atletico.
Iya, Stefan Savic itu Montenegro tuh. Nggak paham Anda. Montenegro dan Serbia dulu satu.
International geography, you know?
Iya dulu satu. Terus kemudian terpisah, timnasnya ada 2 sekarang. Jadi ada Montenegro, ada Serbia.
Dejan Antonic? Serbia.
Oke. You come to Indonesia 2013.
December 2013, right?
For what? For Persib or for?
Of course, for Persib.
For Persib.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Who bring you here? What the story?
You know, yeah.
Yes. You know, but I don't know.
So Gabriel Budi agent bring me here 2013, and I think I was the last player in Persib history who came and signed after trial.
Trial?
Yeah.
Best player but trial?
Against DC United was trial, first match for me. We won 2-1. After that match I signed contract, and I came from the Chinese league and like national team player of Montenegro at that time, with the players like you mentioned before, Milko Vučić, Stevan Jovetic, Branko Bošković. So on trial.
On trial in Indonesia?
No, in Persib. Only Persib.
Yes, in Persib you trial. Before you come to Persib, you play in Chinese league.
Yeah, in China, in Saudi Arabia, Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Hungary.
Not trial for every club.
What?
Not trial.
No, of course no.
Just in Indonesia.
Just in Indonesia, yes. Please.
Indonesia and Ukraine first.
Yes. Please applause for my country.
Because what?
Because we are the strong in football. Is Vladimir Vujovic trial in and we are a country. Yes.
No, they didn't believe. You know what kind of players they are bringing.
They didn't believe you.
After a few years in Persib, they cannot kick me out. You know, difficult to bring me, difficult to kick me out.
What Gabriel Budi talked to you about Indonesian football?
No, he explained me the situation about a big club where he have opportunity to bring me. So I was Google a little bit and about country, about city, about club. I like so much. Took plane.
You like?
Yeah, took plane first day after coming to Indonesia, almost die on the training.
Because
in our country was at that time -7, -10, and I came +30 was here. So on official training, what was like 40 minutes, 45 minutes before the match, I was almost die, you know, because sun hot.
Yes.
And next day was a match against DC United. I was just praying in the night to start the rain, you know, to be a little bit more. Because if the rain was not, I think with first flight I will go back to Montenegro.
But about supporter in Persib.
Yeah, it's already a long time. I repeat, it's amazing. It's difficult to find, you know, that kind of support what they are giving to the team. It's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes, 2014, when I come back now, definitely when they are on matches, you don't feel tired when they support you. But when you come home, you are like dead, you know.
Yes.
That tired catch you at home. But on the match, you are just running and fighting. You are not thinking about you are tired or no.
Yeah.
So it is really good.
But in China Super League, Saudi Arabia, you menemukan apa ya? You find supporter like this or no?
So in Saudi Arabia, we have also good supporters.
Okay.
I played for Liga Satu team Al Wehda from Mecca. Yeah. So we were at that season on position number 3 in Saudi Arabia after Hilal and Al Ittihad. So it was really good season also with supporters. They support us everywhere, but not like that number like here in Indonesia. And that about China, I don't know what to say. You know, I think our owners buying supporter to come.
Really?
Nobody.
Empty
Totally. You know. I was feeling that he's buying them. Sometimes they are coming like with harmonica. It was really fun.
orchestra.
No, China, it was totally different than Saudi Arabia and here.
But they pay you is very much.
Yes.
What position you play in Saudi Arabia and China? Defensive midfielder or center back?
At that time, I was whole my life I played defensive midfielder, and in China, second round they move you on central defender. Because our central defender operate ACL and they didn't have anyone. They put me, and after that I get used to play, and I was in some age when I came in Persib where I cannot run like I was running in Russia and Saudi Arabia before. So Datang also moved me on stopper. It was good decision.
You come to Persib at 33 years old.
31. 31, 32, yeah.
Oh, 31, 32.
Yes. When you first start playing football in Montenegro?
6-7 years I was,
Okay, 6.
But regarding, for example, many people thinking that my prime was in Persib, for example, because they was looking only when we were champions, But I think really they didn't see my matches, for example, in Russia and Saudi Arabia or China. It was, I think, my best years of playing.
And you play in national team?
Yeah.
And the time?
Yeah, I played against Hungary. The first international match ever from Montenegro, and we won them 2-1. It was good. So I cannot complain.
And how do you adaptation in Persib? They are good. Your teammate is good to you or no?
No, adaptation was really good for the players, for the fans, but adaptation for the weather. It was very difficult.
Hot.
Because at that time in Europe was a really cold winter in Serbia, and I'm coming here. It was different, about 40 degrees. I come from -10 on +30. And then 40 degrees, every time I was just asking Yaya, what time is now? What time? I just wait every day to finish the training, And today I just spoke with some friends about players in Persib at that time, and people in general in our team. I think we were strong like a group, and Janur. Like I mentioned many times, first my game against DC United and last game at that year against Persipura, we start the same team, same 11.
Oh, some starting 11.
Yeah. And I think he didn't change so much. He didn't have big squad, but I think our advantage at that year are local players, and I think it's most important for every team to have strong local players, because foreigner more or less they are same everywhere here.
Yes.
10% up, 10% down, more or less same.
Yes, but can you explain about a champion with Persib in final versus Persipura? For me, and for you, and for me and for you, and the end. For me, it's the best, one of the best ever final in Indonesia. Persipura Persipura versus Persib Bandung. You can explain that.
I think we can start from the match against Arema.
Semi-final.
Oh yes.
At that time, after we win Arema, we were celebrating like we were already champions. And then in the same time, after we cooled down a little bit in hotel, we know that Persipura is one of the most difficult opponent for us and for all other Indonesian team, because at that years Persipura was really strong with the players what they have in their squad. But we believed, and I think we should finish the game more earlier than penalties. Even we were one time we were losing in the first half.
Yes.
We missed so many opportunities, but on the end we did it on penalty. And maybe 2-3 minutes before that I got the red card. I was watching penalty from the window. Almost die, So after Jupe score, I also run with other players there. It was a really good feeling. But I think the most important feeling was after Arema match, because I think maybe because at that year we didn't face Persipura in the regular season, because we were different groups.
Yes.
And then we were thinking, if we beat already Arema, I think they was first in our group. If we beat them in the semi-final, we were already like champions feeling. But later on, Persipura was just execution. Unlucky for you.
It's okay, Vladimir.
On semi-final, Beto scored first goal with Arema, and you it's blunder or not, you think?
Of course blunder, Of course blunder. You see, I was going behind the Jupe to cover him, because the ball was behind him, and the ball was totally wrong bounce. You don't believe.
Bouncing.
Yeah, the ball was bounced. In one moment I have the ball, but after bounce ball, it's changing the direction, and I miss the ball. So I have opportunity just to leave Beto or to kick him and make penalty. So I was feeling, let's say if I make a penalty, who knows, as a last man in defense, he will punish me with red card, because referee in Indonesia I don't trust so much.
I think yellow. I think yellow.
Maybe yellow, but you don't know sometimes during the game, how to feel. Who knows, You think yellow. I was thinking that 2 times, 3 times in Malang was not penalty, but they give, You never know here.
Because referee in Indonesia is, yes, okay.
No,
So you just
yesterday I comment about referees in Indonesia, and I spoke what I speak before, So first time when I came in Indonesia, first 2 years, I said they are very bad, But later on I see they are running the game very good, So we will not comment about it.
So you just not to tackle Beto because
and then at least you have 45 minutes almost, So it is. People now speak, Vladimir scored against Arema, but nobody speak Vladimir was blunder against Arema. So
and you score in 88 minutes.
Yeah, 88, 83. I don't know.
How you feel?
Huh?
How you feel?
How I feel? Unlucky I scored because correct that blunder. I didn't think about extra time. I just said good. I changed this blunder for what I missed first. So, but okay. At that time I really catch Arema. I score against them in Inter Island Cup, also on standard situation later in the final. Good.
In that semi-final, do you think that you will lose that night?
In second,
or no?
After my goal, I think all of us was feeling like that, and I saw it was like monotone, 2-3 times I had I cannot speak. Go 2-3 times very cross, on what is the name? I forgot now him.
Gustavo,
yeah. Gustavo was playing also in Montenegro before coming in.
You played together with Gustavo?
No, we play against each other also.
Okay.
And Gustavo was a really strong and good player at that time in Arema. So 2-3 times I go very dirty against him, against Gonzalez. I try to wake up our people on the tribune.
Oh, because monotone.
We becoming monotone like we didn't believe. And then after we scored the first goal, then all of us was believing that that was our night. Yeah. So good on that, very good.
Very good.
And on this final, after that we go to final. Persib go to final against Persipura.
Yeah.
And you become champions in your first year in Indonesia.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I feel good, of course. First time when I came after trial, they told me they told me that we were not champions 18, 19 years, you know, and I said what I saw from the first week of training and the friendly match against DC United. I said, I think we have a good team. I don't know the other teams in the Indonesia, but comparing with the teams where I played before, we were not so far. And even in Saudi Arabia, for example, I have so good local players like Osama Hausavi, you know, Nasser Shamrani, Isa Almeani, all national team players of Saudi Arabia. But I said this Persib have something, and then I was talking, but with little bit reserve. We can be champions, you know. But on the end, we did it. Maybe I didn't believe on the beginning when the journalist asked me 100%. But I think at that time I was believing really strong that we have a very, very good squad.
Yes, sir.
And then, by the way, if you remember, I think our squad was not more than 20 players.
Yeah, 21.
And there is...
And Jibril not play.
Yeah, Jibril holiday 1 year.
Holiday.
I joke. No, Jibril scored some goals also. Very important, you know. If you remember the game against Barito, there
he
was. Yeah. So I think out of that 3 out of 21, they didn't get minutes. Saiful Anwar was young. He was now in Arema. It was Nyek. It was Sigit Hermaman. Rudiana was young. Rudiana gets some minutes. Agun Pribadi also played some games in playoff. Besar Lapan,
yeah. Deden Nasir.
Yeah, Deden was also young. Yeah. So we didn't have big squad, but for example, we had at that time 14, 15 really strong local players. So if you are looking now, we play only with the 2 foreigners. Jibril was many matches injury because broke bone down on the feet. So me and Konate was only foreigners with Jibril, but Jibril didn't play final on the beginning.
Yes.
Jibril gak ada ya?
Nggak, dari semifinal udah nggak main.
I think that now maybe next year will gonna change, because I hear that will be 5 foreigners plus 1 Asian. Maybe it can be different, but until now, from 2014 until 2023, I think more important for the teams in Liga Satu to have stronger local players. Yes. At that time, Firman, Ridvan, Supardi, Made, Hariono, Juppe, Tony, all was going in national team to play. How many you have from Persib now? In national team.
Yes. How you create chemistry with Juppe?
He was feeling that I'm a good player, you know. That's
but your language and
no, Juppe speak English very well.
Yeah,
Ridvan also speak very well.
Ridvan?
Yeah, very well speak English. Supardi and Firman criminal.
Criminal ya, bukan dribble lagi.
Criminal. Firman and Supardi at that time criminal English, you know, but they learn.
Okay.
Because Juppe and Ridvan always speak with me on English, and then maybe Firman and Supardi was listening good. Same later, I listen them when they speak Bahasa. So.
How about Mas Hariono?
It's a different story, you know. Amazing guy, amazing personality. Hariono is one of my favorite. Really.
Why?
You have to feel that guy, to know that guy. You know, the guy who never make any incident on the training. The guy silent, but in the same time crazy on the game. Like when he go to sliding or to take the ball, better you leave. You know. But when you see him from beside or outside of the training or match, the guy is totally silent, totally different than on the game. You know. So amazing personality and player and everything.
You like play with people, silent people, or many talk.
No, we have very disciplined group, you know. But I liked all the time but it is my opinion. For example, it is not that Haryono did something bad in the game, you know.
Okay.
He was really work hard for his team, same like all the others, you know. It's not crazy, you know. For example, we have enough one crazy. Ferdinand was at that year crazy, but all the others was good, you know. But Ferdinand positive crazy, you know. Like, but how to say? All of us at that year was feeling that we can, you know. And I think we were strong like group, and all of us who was at that time in Persib want, and it is different now. I think social media now create the players' image and everything.
Create the players, social media.
So,
And you always analyze a striker that you will find.
Yeah, who knows? I came first time here, you know. I don't know what I can expect from the next game, you know. So every time I was watching the strikers video on YouTube against who I played, you know. So I prepared at that first year myself, I think quite well.
With who?
Huh?
With who?
Sometimes alone, sometimes with Jupe commenting, you know. So at mess there, I ask him sometimes, what do you think, you know? Yeah, the best was Harry Joss, coach, you know.
Yeah.
Whenever we play against somebody, I ask what kind of strike. Amazing player, you know. That's amazing player. I said, why they are not in Real Madrid if you speak for everybody that amazing. all players, what I asked, he said, very good, amazing, perfect, you know. But it was not always like that. You know?
On final, who you analysis? Boas Tolosa or
Yeah, boss.
Boas?
Yeah. But Kabes go behind you.
Yang Kabes yang lari. Iya satu
Yang dijaga siapa ya?
Yang Kabes skor Spurs ya.
Yeah, Boas was different. Boas was really different because Boas was not typical striker. He started the game as a striker, but he's going left, right, in the middle. You know, if you follow him,
Dia pernah ke ini tahu Serui.
Perseru-serui.
That is my famous place. I am the only foreigner who go every game in Jayapura, in Serui, even when I was suspended, you know.
You go?
Yeah, every time. I went last time in Serui, and then 20 minutes or 1 hour before the game, they sent the letter that I am suspended because of the fight with Ismed in Bandung. I was suspended 5 days.
But you still go?
Yeah, like tourist.
Like tourist.
And you go to Serui with Asian?
Yeah.
What Michael Asian say to you?
Nothing exotic.
Exotic is it?
No, Michael was and Carton at that year was really professional in Persib. And imagine after that kind of career, they are going in Serui to play. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy to motivate yourself to go with plane from Biak. A small plane from 2 times team going and coming. It's not easy to motivate it. Carton play in first 11. Michael play in first 11. Imagine now after Real Madrid, Chelsea, Milano, Panathinaikos, you go in Serui. With all respect to Serui,
Yes.
but the stadium is, environment on the stadium is not like in that clubs where he played before. So, and for me, to be honest, Serui is one of the most beautiful places what I've been. Serious.
Why?
Because what nature and
Nature.
sea and everything they have, you cannot find in other countries in the world who have sea, for example.
You must follow me in my apa ya?
Apa?
Kota apa?
City.
Kota kecil.
My little city.
My little city.
What name?
Fuck.
Ah.
Not fuck not. My city name is fuck. In Papua.
Look, I will tell you something honestly from geography, you know.
Yeah.
In my school, I was one of the best, maybe the best student, you know. But for your city, I never listened.
Yes. Ini juga geografi is zero.
Tapi Bang Mamat,
Yoi.
sebelum kita lanjut bersama Vladimir Vujovic, seperti yang kita bilang tadi di awal video, jadi Flyman akan bagi-bagi hadiah. Sebelumnya, Mat, lu tahu nggak Flyman?
Tahu lah. Flyman adalah brand lokal dengan produk celana dan pakaian rumah. Nah, Flyman ini bagus dan worth it untuk dicoba.
Benar banget, Flyman ini produknya adem, gampang nyerap keringat dan gak bikin lembab. Jadi buat teman-teman yang bingung mau nyari celana dalam yang enak untuk dipakai olahraga, bisa banget jadikan Flyman sebagai pilihan.
Yoi, jadi Sobat Sporty yang mau hadiah dari Flyman, silakan tulis di kolom komentar bagian terfavorit di episode ini versi kalian. Nah, akan ada 20 hadiah dari Flyman untuk 20 pemenang. Cek juga di kolom deskripsi karena ada voucher belanja khusus untuk Sobat Sporty.
Oke, mantap.
Mantap Flyman.
Main bola tuh pakai ini, Mat, biar
Anda yang sering tidak pakai celana dalam boleh sekarang pakai Flyman. Anda kan selalu alasan, aduh Mat kalau pakai celana dalam gerah. Nah, pakai Flyman biar tidak gerah.
Oke.
Makanya jangan terlalu berminyak.
XL.
Oh, so that this is underwear.
Iya,
underwear.
For football, bro.
For football.
Football.
Iya.
Yes.
Lucky.
Kita lanjut bersama Vladimir Vujovic.
Okay.
You know, Vlado likes bakso so much.
Why you like bakso?
Oh, I don't know why I try,
Every food in Indonesia you very like bakso.
Yeah, bakso. Okay, sate. Also good. Now I can eat everything.
When you first
Coto Makassar.
Yes, very good. When you first come in Indonesia, your adaptation in food, why? What?
Good or no?
Yeah, adapted already because I was in China and I was adapted already on spicy food, chili. So in China I was also very strong, but not like here, you know.
Yes.
Here people eat and using the towel too.
He likes masakan Padang.
Oh,
He
Padang.
likes bakso.
Rendang.
First time when I ate masakan Padang, it was with Paumu and the team, you know. He invited us on some dinner. I forgot where we were, in which city, and maybe Surabaya, or I don't know. And he invited us in that restaurant, and then they are bringing small plates or chabe sauce, chicken,
yes.
you know, nasi. One chicken, you know, small, you know. In Europe, chicken so big, you know, maybe called Jim, you know. And then I eat one chicken with rice, you know, but still hungry, you know. I order more, you know, and Umu watch me like this. Makan terus, Vlado.
Bakso, but you athlete. You eat bakso?
Yeah, athlete already, end of career, you know. So
You
also,
don't care about your future now. I don't care. I end of career.
Also, for example, when I was in Russia and Saudi Arabia, I didn't drink so much Pepsi or Coca-Cola like I drink on the end, you know. So in Russia, you pay on every bottle of Coca-Cola, you pay $50 punish, you know.
50?
Yeah.
Punish.
Then if you want to drink. But give $50 to the club.
In Saudi Arabia, you like kabuli rice.
No, I didn't eat so much. Yeah, the rice was different than here, you know.
Biryani,
it's long,
yes.
But I don't like the rice there. Me and my family, even today, I buy a few kilo to bring in Serbia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the rice here is much different than in Europe or Saudi Arabia.
Wah, dia suka nasi juga deh.
Suka nasi tapi beda.
Anaknya dua
Like nasi.
Nasi gila makan.
Anak keduanya Vlado lahir di Bandung.
Oh, Indonesian people, yes.
Tapi di paspor di Serbia mereka write Bandung, like
Bandung.
Bandung. They make mistake there.
Typo.
Bandung bahasa Inggris nakal apa ya?
Nakal.
Iya.
Apa nakal?
Nakal apa?
Ugly.
Oh yeah, yes. Badung like naughty.
No, I don't know.
Yes, Indonesia no, and hilang.
And is the problem.
That is the problem.
Aduh.
Okay, Vlado. After Persib, you go to Bayangkara. Why?
It was some transition period in Persib. Also, Mario Gomez chose his player. I don't have nothing against. So, I wanted. And I feel that I can play one more year football. I can play on the way how some foreigner play at the moment or naturalized player until now. But I think it's the most important is when you are on your best. When you are on your best, better to stop than lying or cheating. and giving 30 or 40%. So I think, at that season 2018 in December we finished the third with Bayankara.
Oh yeah.
I played about 30 games at that season, scored 2-3 goals. On the end of the season, goodbye. And all was surprised. Even my wife at home was surprised. I said, I don't want anymore.
Because Bayankara is the last your career.
Yeah, Bayankara was the last club where I played as a player. So after that, coach. And I will tell you now, not because I'm on my beginning as a coach. It was already 4th year. I feel more better as a coach than as a player.
You want to have a president club in Bayankara because you lost club. President club in Bayankara. You want it?
President?
Yes, president club.
Club?
Yes, club like Bayankara FC.
It's police club.
Yes, you want to have police. Menjadi police. My work in Bayankara police club, but professional club.
Yeah, it's very professional to be honest, and it's how to say. It's very hard to be Persib player for 4 years, where the people are asking all the time results and victories, and even sometimes you win 1-0 or 2-1. Many of them are not happy because we didn't win 4 or 5. You know, it's very hard to be player in Persib because of the pressure what you have. Unlucky, I didn't finish in Persib, but I feel also really good in Bayankara because after 4 years in Persib, in Bayankara was no pressure. I was thinking that I will finish my career in Persib. Okay, it didn't happen, but I was at the same time thankful because all during my time in Persib, the fans, supporters, whoever really respect me.
Yes.
And later on, when 2017, some performance in the league with lot of draws was not good. Even we were second best defense again in the league.
Yeah.
The result was so bad. They didn't critique me, you know. So maybe because of the credit before, because of the champions, but they didn't look me like other foreigners, you know. Sometimes I also play some bad games, you know, but they never critic. But some other foreigners who came there, if they don't play good, critic, pressure. So it's very hard to be Persib player, but it's at the same time very can be very enjoyable. So. Lucky, I was really lucky to enter in the generation where all that local players who played at that time in national team was in Persib. And like I said, maybe some other foreigners was also good, but they were not lucky to enter Persib that time. Persija in the second round of that year bring Ivan Bošnjak. Yeah, people who don't follow European football so much, they don't know what kind of player is that. You know, maybe better.
Good player.
Yeah, amazing player.
Amazing.
Play national team Croatia, and Croatia last World Cup one time play final.
Yes.
Second time they were third.
Yeah.
Last 8 years to be second and third on World Cup, it's most underestimated national team in the world.
Yes,
Croatia.
yes.
Everybody talk about Brazil, Portugal, Spain, but look Portugal.
Yeah.
Comparing with the
Lost with Morocco.
Yeah, look where is Croatia? So strong, but the people watching, I think, football only Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar. You know, it's not like this Mbappe. It's not the other people also playing football. Croatia was last 8 years very strong national team.
You favorite player
Now
in the world?
now.
All
time, I like Dejan Savicevic so much.
Dejan Savicevic.
Yeah.
Dejan Savicevic was amazing.
Tahu.
European
Legend.
champion with Red Star, European champion with Milano.
Red Star Belgrade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then with Milano, you remember what goal he scored against Barcelona?
Yeah.
He was my neighbor when I was a child, you know, and
Dejan.
yeah,
Your neighbor?
Yeah, in Budva. He's from capital city, but when he was in Milano, he was all the time coming in Budva, in my born city, and my neighbor, building to building. And later on, he was the president and until now president of Football Federation of Montenegro. I played for national team under him also. A person amazing, player and person amazing, idol.
How about
Really,
Zvonimir Boban?
Boban was from Croatia. Good player also. Good. He was with Dejan.
AC Milan too ya?
Yeah, he was with Dejan also in Milano.
He's Juventus, you know, Juventus fan.
Yes.
Siapa pemain Juventus dari Serbia atau Montenegro?
Oh, Serbia inilah idola saya sekarang, Vlahovic.
Vlahovic and Tadic.
Vlahovic, Kostic,
yeah.
Yes, Kostic.
Yeah, Kostic is a good player.
Good player. He's crossing.
Yeah.
Sprint.
Yeah.
Very good.
He didn't watching football. You know?
I like is European player.
To be honest with you, I don't follow so much European football.
Dia nggak nonton bola.
If you ask me about Asian football, I know everything.
It's European football. You don't know.
I don't follow. But if you see it, where I have been from 2012 or in Asia. Yeah, 11 years already.
Dia nontonnya basket.
Basket. I'm really crazy fan for Partizan Belgrade.
You like basket?
Yeah,
basketball. Okay, basketball Satria Muda. You know Satria Muda?
The team?
Yes, the team, basketball team in Indonesia.
Kalau Eropa dia basket. Kalau
ada juga Bandung Britama. You know? I like basket very much.
Basket. I was mentally tired, you know, after Partizan and Real Madrid now. Real Madrid just win European Championship last night, and we lost in Besar Lapan against them 3-2 in victories.
European basketball?
Yeah, Euroleague.
Oh, Euroleague.
So we was leading 2-0 in matches against Real and we lost 3-2. And now they became champions. I was sick mentally.
And Vladimir in Bandung always riding motorcycle. And you know small street.
No. I have to tell you the story.
Okay.
I arrived in Bandung. You know, after maybe 1 month, my wife and Luna arrived, and then it was strange for me when I see the people on motor, wife behind, and 2 child in front.
Bonceng 4 namanya.
Yeah, 4.
Bonceng 4. Bonceng 4.
What these people doing? You know, 4 people on motor, 2 childs. You know, and then. After from Dago, from Antapani first year, and then second year from Dago, too much traffic, you know. I said I will buy motorbike for sure. You know? After 1 month, you know, Natasha come back on the back, Luna come back in front. I did the same like others, you know. I did the same. Yeah, it's perfect, you know. You know, and then I back in Serbia, you know, and then I see the people only one driving motorbike, not 2, you know. What these people doing?
Dikebalik pola pikirnya.
And also the problem, for example, in Europe we are driving the car on totally different side, you know.
Oh yeah,
and then,
left.
Yeah, and when you are driving the straight, you know, it's easy. But sometimes when you are going right or left, when you are going on the main street and have to go right, you are choosing where to go, left or right. You after Indonesia, it's very difficult. Believe me, if you don't know the feeling, I cannot explain you. Imagine now you drive the car and you go in the opposite side.
Yes.
Jadi pernah Vlado tuh dalam perjalanan dari Garut mau ke Cileunyi kan. Nah kalau yang di jalan-jalan raya dekat Rancakek itu motor-motor kan
masuk
nyebrang arah karena tanggung kali. Vlado, crazy.
Yes. Motorcycle is king in this world, in this country.
Only the Ujan is problem, yeah?
No.
Yeah, after you drive at the start Ujan, difficult. You cannot go with umbrella and drive with the motor.
No. Hujan is just water.
just hujan.
Yeah, you know, I was talking with people in Montenegro. For example, when the rain is here, it's coming 2 hours very strong, and after the sun come. But when you are in Montenegro and Serbia, the rain without stop 3 days. You know, slowly killing you mentally. Here 1 or 2 hours and it's enough. You know, but there 1, 2, 3 days without stop. It's not strong like here, but you know you can
slowly but 3 days.
Gerimis ya jatuhnya ya.
Slowly that's killing you.
2 days.
3, sometimes 7.
but motorcycle is still on the road.
And you know small street in Bandung better than Serbia?
Yeah, of course.
Dia lebih tahu jalan-jalan gang-gang kecil di Bandung daripada di Serbia.
Yeah, it's after 4 years you will teach everything in Bandung.
You are king in Bandung, ya?
Yeah, king. You know, on the end was very difficult. You go out, you know, to eat with family, then from behind, boleh minta foto. It was very hard, you know.
Now you live in Bandung.
Where?
Now you live in Bandung.
Serbia.
Serbia sekarang.
Serbia.
Ini kesini tuh khusus ke podcast.
Podcast terbaik, the best podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Vladimir
Come to here just for
this podcast. Yes, not your federation. No. Your federation, nothing in the age of Vladimir. But this podcast is something for Vladimir.
In Bandung, do you have stopped by police?
Huh?
Stop by
In Bandung, no.
Huh?
In Bandung, no.
In Bandung, no.
Yeah, two times, but when I opened the window, they asked me for photo, you know. In Bandung, you know. But in Jakarta, they stopped me a few times, you know. And then lucky I was police also.
Oh, banyak RFC. Pak Sumarji.
Two, three times I called Sumarji, you know. They stopped me, I don't know what to do, you know. But all people was friendly. It was all good, you know.
Why you like Indonesia so much?
No, the country is like friendly. You know, the people. You cannot find a fight, for example, on the street, in restaurant, you know, or somewhere. In my country, a lot of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we are very explosive.
Explosive,
yeah. Nerves are short. So,
but how about Indonesian football nowadays? You look Indonesian football
Because you is coach right now.
is better or same?
I think, to be honest, the most how to say, the best things what happened in Indonesia football last 2 years is that Korean coach come.
Okay.
In here.
He changed.
I think he changed a lot of things in national team. So after 32 years, they play on Asian Cup.
Yeah. SEA Games.
Yeah, Asian Cup. Right?
Asian Cup.
Oh, Asian Cup,
lolos kan pada akhirnya qualify to Asian.
Yes. At the same time, under 20 also going Asian Cup, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So both selection, senior and under 20 was leading by him last 2 years.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. It's not easy after 32 years to promote one country who has all things to be. I think every competition on that Asian Cup to be strong opponent in and the country who can have strong role in Asian football with this popularity, with these facilities, what they have stadium and support from sponsor, TV and fans. You know, I think Indonesia have to be every time regular member of Asian Cup. But I cannot explain what happened 32 years.
2 years, yes.
So I think I was following him. Because he was with Korean World Cup.
Yes.
I wanted to see what he will do here. I never meet the guy personally. I don't know him personally. The guy who was who was with him in staff from Montenegro was with me on license education center in Montenegro Football Federation. Jana Radoncic. He was also player in Korea, and I think in both selections they did a very good job in under 20 and the senior team. If we see before him, maybe also some people was like Coach Mila was also a strong personality, big player before, but his work in national team was not enough strong like Korean coach.
Yes.
And at the same time, we cannot say that Luis Milla failed, for example, in national team. He was good also, but not like Korean. But in the same time now, Luis Milla do, I think, a very good job in Persib.
Yes.
I think he show a very good result in Persib this season.
Luis Milla make a good work. Bernardo Tavares make a good work. Thomas Doll make a good work.
Okay.
How you look that?
I just commented yesterday and today. I don't know how many people will agree on me. They first refresh Indonesian football. That is number one. They refresh Indonesian football.
Refresh and change.
Refresh, and let's say change.
Okay.
Okay. They are three in the three top clubs now last season in Indonesia on the table.
Yes.
I can say that Korean coach changed Indonesian football at all about national team if we speak.
Okay.
Then most of the coaches, what I follow last 10 years, okay, from first time I coming in Persib, they are coming with 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 system. Almost 90% of the coaches, you know. That three in the league, Luis Milla, Thomas Doll, and
Bernardo Tavares.
With 3-5-2, 3-4-3.
Before,
and I think it was a little bit difficult to other coaches to adapt on their system what they are playing, what they bring from Europe or wherever they work, you know.
Yes.
So I don't know Makassar coach where he worked before. I didn't follow him until the end. Until then I didn't follow him, but I saw what kind of game he played. For example, in IFC Cup, it was IFC with Tampines.
IFC.
Yeah. Thomas Doll, I met 2004.
Where?
We played against each other Intertoto Cup. After that match, they go in UEFA League through Intertoto Cup. But at that time, he was coach of Hamburg, and I think that it is the best generation ever of Hamburg team. Van Buiten, Bularouche, Van der Waart, Emil Mapeza, Sergei Barbares, But. I play against them when I was in Macedonia there, and I think it's very good coach. It's very good coach. Luis Milla show really
Spine.
show very good performance this season in Persib. I was also doubt it can be until the end. It was on the end a little bit difficult with some matches where they missed the points. And he was also one of my idol when I was young. When I was child, he was in Barcelona before, and it was my famous team. Yeah.
Yes. You think the world coach in Indonesian league is good for the league or no?
What?
The world coach.
World coach.
Luis Milla, Bernardo Tavares, Thomas Doll is good for the league or no?
Of course, good. Of course. That's why I speak.
Because the system
different than others.
Okay.
And I think the others, like I said, before they come, 90% of the coaches in the last 10 years play 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3.
Yes.
And when they come, they change some different system, and I think the others was not ready to follow them. That's why they were in first three alone.
Yes. Sintayong system in the national team, you think every club follow the system?
No, they don't follow what Korean coach did in national team. They have their own system.
Maybe up to physical, maybe
all
tactical.
All that coaches have their own philosophy.
Okay.
But like we spoke, it's a very how to say, it's very predictive to play all the time in 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. If you have to be different also to make something different, you know. So
now you are coach. What's your philosophy? We wanna know.
4-4-2.
Like Juventus is
4-4-2.
4-4-2.
Yeah.
4-4-2 is Allegri system in Juventus.
Diego Simeone, Atletico.
I was very angry about the defending system.
You play for defend or attack?
Or attack. For to
defend. Oh, defend.
Defending.
I think on the
Counter attack.
Yeah, on the end, I think defending make you results.
Nah, it's Allegri says. Allegri.
You don't care about the score. 1-0.
Allegri says.
1-0 is the most beautiful score. Yeah?
Allegri tolong. Juventini tolong.
On the end, you are the first one who count my clean sheet in Persib.
Allegri says word lagi apa? Juara, champion is the best defending.
Of course, basketball everywhere, tennis.
But how you defend? Allegri is tumpuk taruh semua. Suruh pemain is every player is in the box.
Huh?
Is Allegri system in Juventus?
Yeah, it's not like this.
It's not like this. Yes, in the press.
No, it's
defend in the press.
It depends of the opponent. What you do from the scouting of the opponent. So you are preparing your team, but it doesn't mean that I change formation and system. So I think if you are coach and if you choose one system, depend of your players and depend of the level of the league, you have to follow that system until the end. You stay behind that system, and inside that system you are doing correction and changes. But if you are changed today 4-4-2, next week 3-5-2, and after 3 days or next week again 4-3-3, the players will go in mental hospital.
Pusing.
Yeah, it's difficult. You have to connect 11 players in timing, in passing, defending, attacking. It's difficult if they change the system. Okay, maybe some teams can do it in Europe where you have players,
IQ.
Pinter, with
Pinter.
IQ. But it's very difficult to find these countries players who can change every week from system to the system. It's difficult.
Yes, but Allegri.
Okay,
system.
I want to ask you now something. Wait, Allegri, leave it, Allegri.
No. Different Italian system. Italian.
On the beginning, you said that we are the best. Why you speak about Italy now?
Karena kita podcast terbaik di Serbia dan di Italia juga.
Yeah, we are the best in Italy and Serbia too, and Montenegro too.
And Indonesia.
Indonesia is tidak usah dibicarakan.
It's easy.
I don't care about podcast in Indonesia. I don't. Kami we are try to the best in Italy. Montenegro, the best podcast in Montenegro. Okay,
because now this podcast show in Montenegro.
Yes.
Too.
You ask me something. Okay, you ask me about Allegri, yeah?
No. Defending system.
Okay. What Luis Milla play on the beginning? What he come in Persib?
Defend,
my friend. Huh?
Yes, but not
bad. He start with defending and very good and strong transition with Ciro, Febri, David. Yeah,
that's point.
Okay.
Transition.
Okay.
Itu.
What Thomas Doll play?
Defend.
Of course.
Yes, defend Jerman sih.
What Makassar play? With his brothers, with Pluim.
It's defend.
Okay. Now I ask you something. Do you? Maybe I'm also wrong. You know, sometimes I see by my eyes.
I am wrong.
No. Maybe I am wrong. Now I speak about Persib. Why Persib lose some points on very easy game on the paper, for example? I think when they realize that Persib also play defense, they didn't want to open also so much. So sometimes Persib must attack. Persib must go up more. And on 3 on the back, it's very difficult to defend on counter-attack against you. You know?
Yes.
Sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong. But I think with 3 on the back, if they are not well, well trained it's very difficult to defense counter-attack. And now I don't speak well trained because the coach was bad or something. I think for that system you have to prepare yourself 3-4 months. And Luis Milla came, and from the first match he was performing very well. But it is very difficult when you have to go up. So he was practiced for sure about defending first.
Yes,
and going on counter-attack against opponent. But later on, against some team where he was the favorite, he must go up. And it's different when you are defending with 3 on the back or with 4.
Yes.
But sometimes also I am wrong, regarding how they lost the points. But I saw it was one of the reasons. Plus, again, I mentioned the guy did amazing job with the players what he didn't select.
Okay.
Bukan pilihannya dia ya.
Let's see next year. I think he will do good job next year when he choose his players. His foreigner, his locals.
Yes.
So I think next year will be very good.
Yes. What do you plan for next year?
Nothing. I'm still in Borneo.
You're still Borneo.
But I don't know how long it will take. We will see.
We will see.
And now, what your license? A UEFA or B?
I am A. UEFA. But we have like different rule in Europe. So 2018. When I finished my career, I use UEFA B. But as long you as player, you cannot go on UEFA A. I finished my career 2018 December. 2019, when I wanted to apply for A license, it was not in Montenegro at that year. Because they are doing 1 year license, then 1 year no. You understand? Yeah. So every 2 years they are doing the license. When I applied for A license of 2020, we started, but it took us like 1.5 years because of COVID.
Yes.
And then after I finished the 2022, the UEFA A license, I cannot skip directly to UEFA Pro, because at that 2022 we didn't have. And now in next 2 or 3 months I will start UEFA Pro, and I already applied, so I don't think I will have problem to enter the course, because before I was a national team player.
Yes.
So I think I will have some priority also.
Easy.
Not easy. it takes us, I think, between 12 and 14 modules. It's very long.
14
yeah, it's very long.
14 modul anjir, ya lama juga sih. Ya emang iya ya.
You think you won one day you won national team coach?
No, it's not for me.
You like club?
Yeah, club. Because I like where I can work every day on the field. And national team, you are watching and scouting players.
Holiday.
Yeah.
like Jibril. You can holiday if you. You like club.
I like to work
club.
every day. That's why on the beginning of our conversation I said I like more to be football coach than football player.
Oh, football.
So, Cap, you listen me, my friend.
Coach Firman apa license ya? A.
Oh, you know same with Firman Utin A license.
Yeah.
A license. You if you head coach Firman Utina, you
assistant.
You assistant? No.
He have some different view. Yeah, I think he don't want to be coach for Samuel.
Dia mau kan?
One time I asked Cap, why you are not going together with me in some club? Look, my friend, he told me like this. I built my name as a player, so long in Indonesia, and I was captain of national team. He told me like this. I don't want in Indonesia football now. They're kicking me every 2-3 months from the club.
Iya udah.
Aduh lucu banget.
Pintar juga. Pengen dari pemain muda dulu berarti Bang Firman.
Itu bagus formula, you know.
Bagus ya Firman. Clever.
Okay, Vladimir, thank you very much. You come in the best podcast in the world.
In the world.
Yes, in the world. In Italy, in Serbia.
And Indonesia.
And
In Indonesia we don't speak. It's we know.
Easy.
I don't care about the podcast in Indonesia. I don't care.
Bilang ke Oki Rengga sama Aun Rahman pakai bahasa Inggris nih, podcast tuh kayak gini internasional gitu.
Hey Oki Rengga, fuck you. Gitu kan? Begitu kan?
Terlalu.
Oh iya. Yes, we are the best in Italy, in Serbia, in Montenegro. But
Mali.
In Mali makan konate, Jibril holiday masih still holiday in Mali. Okay, Vladimir, we want to you make ultimate team
11 players.
11 player in Indonesia.
Iya, in Indonesia.
In Indonesia, player ever face or compete
against.
Yes.
Yeah, again.
Okay, let's say we can put only local players.
Okay. Agree.
Okay, goalkeeper.
Adriatani or Mega?
Adriatani or Mega?
At that time when I came, Mega, Adriatani, then there was 3 best keeper.
Just one?
Adriatani
Ardiasa. Do you know that?
Not because he's Indra brother.
Because Indra your friend.
I was in Bayangkara 1 year, you know. After that, also I was with Indra in touch all the time, you know, and often we chatting, you know, and 2-3 years I didn't know that they are brothers.
Oh, you don't know?
You don't know?
I didn't know.
Okay, right back.
Ismed
Sofyan. Haji
Center back.
I want to ask for Ismed something. To say for Ismed something.
What?
Okay. We have so many things in the past.
Yes.
But now we are okay. We are friends. We give hands. And one of the most respectful player what I ever seen. Not one. Definitely the most respectful player what I see in Indonesia. Now many people will ask me why. Okay, I was defending Persib or Haryono or whoever, Jupe, Firman.
Okay.
So we were giving 100%. Yeah, we were ready to fight with somebody just to get 3 points, right? He did the same with Persija, and you have to respect that. You understand?
Yes.
So if you have that personality, wherever he is, okay, he was in Persija at that time, and he was defending that club very well.
Yes.
And doesn't matter, we are fans of Persib, Persebaya, Rema, Persija. The guy was a legend. I don't see so many person who was defending Persija like him or Adriatani, for example. You know? And it's very difficult to find that kind of person. For example, Haryono in Persib. You know, difficult. And on the end, I don't think he deserved what they did to him. I think he deserved a little bit better ending in Persija, you know.
You must respectful.
A very respectful guy.
In Indonesia.
Yeah, very respectful guy. Doesn't matter what we have on the field.
Yes.
He was on one side, I was on one side. Both of us was crazy for winning. So it's for respecting. Big respect for him.
And then for it, we applause for Ismed Sofyan. Tidak ada.
Udah pernah.
Tidak ada.
Enggak ada ya.
Kebule belum pernah.
Apa?
Kebule belum pernah. Maksudnya dia kasih kejutan. Okay. Ismed Sofyan is the best, one of the best player and the most respectful and every people in Indonesia in football ya.
Yeah.
Okay, center back.
Indra
Kafi.
Who better funny? Indra Kafi Ardiansa or Jajang Mulyana?
No, both of them are good, but I cannot take Jajang like a stopper, bro. I know him like striker. So he was doing the same like me. When he cannot run anymore, he moved to the stopper.
You eat baso with Jajang too?
Yeah, every day 2 times. You know.
Okay. Next center back.
One center back.
Ricardo.
Salampesi.
Many people don't know. I like to go in Jayapura. Ricardo always prepares some good fish there, you know, before the match.
Big fish.
Yeah, every time. For example, when Ricardo coming in Bandung, we go on the dinner. or lunch, or when I go in
Jayapura.
Jaipura, he invite me also.
Yes.
So really,
I hope you coach in Persipura, Jayapura.
Yeah.
One day.
Coaching bos? Coaching bos?
No, one day.
Bos player.
Bos kan belum tentu juga.
Left
back.
Arema.
Alvarezi.
Johan Alvarezi. Kok Jonathan tiba-tiba?
John Alvarezi. 3 midfielder.
It's very difficult now.
Yes. Center midfield.
There are Ponario Astaman.
Yeah.
There are
One people looking you.
Ponario, yeah.
Ponario.
Yeah. When I speak before about national team, what Korean national team did with Indonesia, I was thinking that the generation what play for national team of Indonesia when I came first time here with Ponario, Ismed, Firman, Haryono, Beppe, I think the generation was more talented and more stronger than the generation now. With all respect, with the generation what they did now in the football, but that generation of Ponario, Ismet, Firman, Beppe, Haryono, Riphan, Boas, I think they didn't have good leader from the bench.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You understand?
I agree.
So I think that Korean coach was the first coach who coming here to make something. You know, not coming only for money. For sure, all of us are coming and working for money. You do podcast, me doing coaching. You know, doesn't matter. But that Korean coach is a little bit different because he really come to make something.
Yes,
he made so many things. I think for these 2 years.
He want to cooking something in Indonesia. Yes, he is cooking something in Indonesia.
So I think. That generation was really good.
After Ponario, in defensive midfield.
I met 2-3 times Bima Sakti.
Wow. Bima Sakti.
He was already on the end of his career that time.
You met Bima Sakti at 41 ya?
And Persiba Balikpapan.
Oh iya
Kukar?
masih ketemu ya.
No, Gresik.
Kukar.
It's Gresik. It's not Gresik play one time. I forgot also now.
But you met him.
But I think Balikpapan was his last club.
Yeah, Balikpapan.
Yeah.
It was crazy. The guy was running more than me at that time.
Attacking midfield.
At number 10.
Firman again. He was in me.
Firman, yes.
Put him. He was against me in Sriwijaya.
Okay.
It was the best. You remember the game in Bandung?
Yeah.
Firman going in 2-3 times in counter-attack. Crazy counter-attack. I slapped him from behind, you know. He watched me like this. I said, Cap, sorry, please. Firman, definitely.
Right winger.
Oh, so many.
Many people in this position.
You are not putting 4-4-2, my friend. My sister.
There is...
Let's say Boas. Put him Boas.
Boas.
Put the other one also from Papua, Cabes.
Cabes left. It left.
Yeah, put him.
What the story about...
Beppe put on the striker position.
Beppe.
Yeah.
Vlado, what the story about first goal Ian Cabes on final?
Huh?
Why?
We go a little bit up. We are talking, you know, and then I spoke with Juppe. Juppe, what is with behind your back? It's my. Like Beto, for example, the ball was behind the Juppe back. I was going to do correction. The ball bounced wrong, but when they give through pass behind my back, you know, I watching Juppe still beside me. I watched Cabes already in front of the goal. I said, Juppe, where are you, my friend? So crazy, like this, quick.
Goal.
Yeah, and there was Paha ball. We play Piala President.
Yes.
Then Paha was one side, and I think Terence was at that time.
No, Terence.
Not Terence. No, Paha I told him in Bandung, my friend, better don't come on my side. Better.
Because you don't look. You don't look.
Bro, I don't looking the ball. I looking at you.
Super sub. One super sub.
One super sub.
One super sub.
Oh.
Siapa kah? Jajang Mulyana?
No.
Or
Samsul Arif.
wah, I know. Jibril.
Oh, long now. I cannot get now all of them, you know. Because now I also technical director in Borneo, many names in my head. Let's say oh.
Super sub. Di makan Konate or siapa lagi ya waktu zaman Tantan, Atep,
Juma. Juma Mitra Kukar.
Zuma Mitra Kukar.
Juma.
Zuma.
Wait,
Jumafo.
Jumafo.
Oh, Herman Jumafo.
Juma.
Herman Jumafo.
Herman Jumafo.
At that time against Mitra Kukar, he scored against us in Bandung. You remember?
Yeah. Herman Jumafo. Coach.
Head coach.
Head coach against us.
In this team.
Yeah, against you.
Against us, let's say.
Sintayong belum pernah.
Don't disturb me. Let's say Captain Firman again.
Captain Firman Utina.
No.
Oh no. Captain ya.
Captain
Firman Utina. Firman Utina head coach Vladimir Vujovic.
Milo.
Milomir Sesli ya.
Milo is good.
About Bambang Pamungkas.
Good one. But more polite than me and Ismed, you know.
Polite.
More polite. Me and Ismed are more explosive than Firman and Beppe are more sabar, you know.
Oke. Itulah
Can you back a little bit again?
back. Andre Tani, Ismed Sofyan, Indra Kafi, Ricardo Salampesi, Johan Alfarizi, Purnario Stawan, Bima Sakti, Firman Utina, Boa Salosa, Ian Kabes, Bambang Pamungkas.
Do you think these names are better players than this one? With all again respect with the players who are now in national team.
Siapa ya?
I think the squad is so strong and good.
Yes.
It's really.
Kalau lawan timnas yang sekarang gimana?
Comparing with national team now.
Ini.
Iya. Okay. Oh, for stamina. Apa ya stamina?
Stamina
ya. For stamina, this team lose.
But
in their prime.
Yes.
Not ending.
Yes, in their their prime. But for
intelligentsia,
vision. Leadership, for tactical, I think this team.
When you give ball to Bima and Ponario or Firman, they can keep the ball like in bank until tomorrow. You understand? Same like Beppe. In the same time, Boas and Cabes can run until tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Ismet, also character so good. Alfarizi, I think Alfarizi can play still now in all clubs in Indonesia in first 11. And how long he's playing consistent?
Okay.
It's already more than 10 years consistent playing.
Yes.
It's not easy.
Oke.
Okay.
Itulah dia tadi ultimate team dari Vladimir Vujovic. Now, there are
question from netizen, from your friends and Sobat Sporty.
Okay. First, Mutakin F besar. Why you drink Coca-Cola before you play? Then tell us the story how you quit drink Coca-Cola, but your game become weak and then Coach Janur allowed you to drink Coca-Cola again. First, why you drink Coca-Cola before you play?
No, it was only in Indonesia and a little bit in China about Coca-Cola, and I didn't drink coffee all my life, and then I think sometimes Coca-Cola wake up me, and then later become habit, and that's why I have parrot like this now.
And against Borneo, you make a score after you drink Coca-Cola, ya?
Yeah, and one time in the half time, when I really want to drink cola, Paumu make really bad talking to the people. Where is Coca-Cola for him? Yeah, and Coca-Cola, no need to be in dressing room, you know, if you are athlete. And he asked, where was Coca-Cola? So I think it's something that it is not nice to speak, you know, for professionals.
Okay. The next question from the SPTR 16. If you have an opportunity to bring Indonesian player to Europe, who is gonna be? Nah, bagus nih. Dirtek kan?
Yeah.
Dirtek, yes.
2016 February Hariari.
February
2016. I just mentioned year 2016 because at that year 2016 it was his best season, I think.
You and Marcos
First
Flores,
season,
ya?
yeah. First season it was his best season.
February Hariari.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dari Etan Samudro, Sander Solo 1. How to reduce your explosive emotion that time you left off Sriwijaya logo and rip your own jersey. Is that proof you love football so much? Please hit Mamat.
Wait.
Okay. You,
No. I hit you, Etan.
Yeah.
Why you?
Explosive emotions. I don't know. End of career, you know, nerves short. But
just in sepak bola, in football.
Yeah, in sepak bola. But you know, all Balkan people are like that, and I think
I like this character.
Yeah, to be honest, if I come here and play Sabar, you know, you score 5 goals behind my back. Okay, it's happened. It cannot happen, my friend. It cannot happen. So you have to have emotion if you want to play football. You know, you cannot be Sabar if they score you 5. You know, and then what is the second? What he asked? Regarding logo of Sriwijaya, I don't want to come back about that things. Sriwijaya is one of the most respectful team for us, for me in Indonesia, and all my good friends also play there. Jupe, Firman, and for sure I didn't do that with a purpose. Jupe was holding me on standard situation. Jupe was at that time in Sriwijaya. He was holding, he almost like this, did you? And then by coincidence, you know, I catch him also for the jersey, and I took logo. You know, it's not with purpose. You know, it was not with the purpose, and it's not against Sriwijaya. I have all good words to say just for them, you know, nothing against, really.
Nggak niat berarti yang bukan keinginannya Vlado ya. Itu udah clear ya.
Clear.
Yeah.
Tidak, itu duel biasa standar situasi.
After they made many statements in media about that things, you know, I called that time president. I forgot the name. I call him to apologize if I do something wrong, you know, and to apologize through him to the supporters of Sriwijaya. I don't want they think something bad, you know. So it's a very big club and a very respectful club. Nothing against, really.
Yes. Okay. Vlado, thank you very much. You come here. Now I want to give you something.
Bacakan dong.
3. Serbian, not the Serbian. Montenegro.
Same now. Serbian also.
Serbian.
Yeah.
Okay. Vladimir Vujovic. Love Hati Biru. First medal ESL 2014. 1000 bakso, 100 bakso. Don't like photo?
Of course.
Yes.
I was in shock when I see so many cameras here.
But this because the best podcast. Yes, camera. You don't
Italy.
care. Yes, in Serbia, in Italy, in Montenegro, and in every Balkan. Tactical, good, and
professional.
Tanpa cola, ya.
Yes, tanpa cola.
Professional in time.
Ronaldo don't like Coca-Cola. Ronaldo. Okay,
Vlado.
thank you, Valdo.
By the way,
Tanda tangan.
you can find some better photo, or maybe you can make some Photoshop. I'm not ugly like this. I hope. Cap, I'm coming under you, bro.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Vlado.
Thank you.
Vlado,
Too.
thank you very much again, and I hope you come to the best coach in Indonesia.
Send our regards to your family, Natasha, Amora, Luna.
Yes.
Luna
Thank
now
you, Luna,
tennis professional players, yeah?
Not yet professional. We are expecting next year she will start pro. She is just now 13. This season on World Cup she was number 3, under 14 years. So now she is playing under 18 worldwide, and then next season we are expecting slowly to start pro tennis with seniors with 14 years old only.
Luna, good luck, Luna.
Good luck,
Thank
Luna.
you, thank you,
Good luck,
thank
Luna.
you.
And we wait and see what your plan for the next in the football in Indonesia.
Honestly, I think the most beautiful things for Indonesian football happened this season. Out of the things what happened with in Kanjuruhan,
Yes,
sorry.
okay.
Out of the things what happened now with the World Cup
World
under
Cup,
20,
yes.
but in terms of results, Asian Cup for the seniors, Asia Cup U20,
Yes. Medal of SEA Games.
SEA Games now,
Gold medal.
refreshing the league with the new names in terms of coaching, new methods. I think it's very good, and Indonesia as a country, I think not tired, but I can say need new faces, not all the time rolling same face from the club to the club, you know. That's why I was in Indonesia, then I left in Lebanon, you know. Okay, now I'm back in Indonesia, maybe I will go tomorrow back in Serbia or Saudi or wherever. I think all coaches have also other countries. It's not Indonesia country where 10 foreigner coaches or 10, 15 players are rolling every time from the club to the club, from the year to the year. I think new faces are also good, and to be honest, maybe I can see myself 1 or 2 more years in Indonesia, but not in row. Maybe this season I'm in Indonesia, next season I will be, or next 3, 4, 5 season I will be in other countries. Maybe I will come back. Yes. It's always nice to come back here, and I like country so much, and
you like bakso too.
Yeah, and also on the end, my family also like very much. Second daughter born here, first daughter 5, 6 years in the school here. It's for all of us was feeling unbelievable good here.
Yes, thank you very much, Vlado.
Thank you too for inviting me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Kalau begitu saya Mamat Alkatiri pamit.
Saya Riphan Pradipta juga pamit.
Big applause once again for Vladimir Vujovic.
Thank you.